Hello folks, Ann here. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the newcomers. It's nice to have you all here. So this is the third day. Sunday I went out on the boat. Yesterday I had some packing and things to do and I was quite exhausted. And now today I've been busy too and was planning to do my walk, but it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. And I'm probably gonna be heading back down to the apartment pretty soon. So that's 3 days without my walk, and that's not good. So I'll do the best I can and get out there tomorrow because I don't like to go more than 3 days because it's hard to get back into it. But it's not like I've been sitting down. I've been bringing loads up to the camp. I'm at the camp now, folks. And so I've been bringing carloads up here. I want to get the small things up, and then I scheduled a truck for the middle of July. So anyway, I have to try to keep that walking as a priority. I really do, because I don't want to give that up. I'm gonna have to make sure I do my walk first thing in the morning. I know I said that before, but that boat the other day on Sunday really, really drained me, out with the fresh air and everything. But anyway, I wanted to talk about what I've learned about sugar. And we all know how harmful sugar is. So I wanted to tell you, in case you don't know, which I'm sure most of you do know. But anyway, it acts like a drug. Sugar acts like a drug on your brain. When you ingest sugar, you might as well be ingesting a drug, because your brain and your body is going to react to it. It lights up the dopamine. And when you have enough dopamine in your brain, that's a happy feeling that you get. So when you're eating sugar and that dopamine is lighting up, I mean, you're loving it. You might as well be on a really serious drug that's making you feel just wonderful. I can remember. It's only been 3 months, but I know how happy I'd get when I had, whether it was carbs with pizza or pasta or snacks with the cakes and the pastries and all of that. It didn't matter. It's all the same. It's sugar. And your brain lights up. And so what ends up happening is what ends up happening, folks, is you need more and more. You build up a tolerance level just like you would with any other drug. And so in order you need to eat more and more in order to get that dopamine effect, that happy, pleasurable effect. You're not satisfied then with just one hit. You need several hits to reach what you did at the very beginning. So, and that's the reason why one bite turns into a binge, because they make this food deliberately so that you are addicted to it and you just want more and more. Oh, I never hardly ever get cars up here. Now all of a sudden, everybody's going by. So that's one thing to consider. It is just like having a drug. Sugar is just like having a drug as far as what happens to your brain. Now, number 2, sugar spikes your insulin. And then, of course, you crash and your energy crashes. So that's a serious thing that happens after you ingest sugar. It spikes your insulin. And you all know that insulin is not a good thing to have spiked. We want to keep our insulin level and steady. And if you spike your insulin enough, your body releases the insulin to move the glucose out. So, I don't know scientifically every aspect of this. And folks, I'm learning this as I go too. I look these things up, I do some research, but I'm still learning. I don't have a thorough understanding of any of it. Just the basic facts is what I'm feel a little bit familiar with. And in fact, I'm sure a lot of you could, if I say something wrong, please clarify it for me. Please let me know that I'm not correct in it, because I wouldn't want to pass on any bad information. So too much insulin, like we all know, over time can make your cells resistant. And that's where you get the insulin resistance. And that's when your body is starting to go haywire, because your insulin is not working the way that it should. It causes the weight gain. It'll cause fatigue. It'll cause type 2 diabetes. It will cause PCOS. And the list goes on, folks. And this is all because of sugar. Whether it's in the form of carbs or pure sugar, it's all the same thing. And of course, we know that hidden sugar is everywhere. Sauces, breads, dressings, healthy snacks that you think are good for you, there's hidden sugar in there. It's called dextrose, is another name for it. Maltodextrin, agave or agave, cane juice, and there's so many more. There's so many different names for sugar. And why they get away with renaming it like that is beyond me. Maybe they have another ingredient in there, and so therefore they could rename it. And for those of us that don't know, if it didn't say sugar on there, we would think it'd be fine, but it's hidden with all these hidden names. So that's why anything processed that has a lot of different ingredients in it, those are the kind of things we need to stay away from, folks, because we really don't know what's in it. We really don't. And of course, we always say the food industry, or I say the food industry adds sugar to keep you coming back for more and more because of that addiction. Because you can't take but one bite. You need to binge on it. Your pleasure center in your brain requires more and more. This is how it all works. It really is plain and simple. That's what it's doing to us, and it's killing us. It's hurting our bodies. It's weakening our immune systems. It's raising our blood pressure temporarily until it crashes, and it goes up and down all day long. You become more vulnerable to disease because your immune system breaks down. When your immune system breaks down, you don't have those antibodies, and you don't have the protection you need to fight off disease. It also feeds the inflammation. It's linked to arthritis, skin issues, and even brain fog. The list goes on, folks. All because of sugar. And cutting sugar isn't about willpower. It's about chemistry. When you stop sugar, dopamine drops. And it takes time to normalize your system. You're not going to be getting those pleasure hits. And you're going to be going through changes, the moodiness, feeling tired, or even dizzy. Now, I started getting dizzy spells again last week after having several weeks without having them. So there's all different kind of things that could happen to you. And the best thing to do is just be aware of what to expect when you're cutting down on that sugar. And, try to do it gradually. Oh, sorry, folks. Bugs. Gotta love bugs if I'm gonna live on a mountain. But I don't like bugs. It's gonna make you tired and moody and dizzy. And over time, your body will recalibrate and the symptoms will fade. So I know for me, when I cut my carbs, it took about a month, gradually doing it. And when I went into that 5th week and hit ketosis, those symptoms faded. They faded, so it got a lot better. Now, what I did when I was eliminating the carbs, I added more fat and protein to keep my blood sugar stable. You can't just eliminate your carbs and not fill your stomach. I don't know even if salad, I mean, some people could maybe do all right on salad, but not me and not a lot of us. We need something to fill our guts, to make us feel content. And that's where the healthy fats and the protein comes in. We have to replace the elimination of the carbs with the fat and the protein. That's so important, folks. And sometimes I think I don't do it. Maybe I'm not getting enough healthy fats, and maybe that's why I started getting a little dizzy. So I'm experimenting, folks, just like the rest of you. And things happen to me too that I try to figure out. I try to keep my electrolytes balanced and my magnesium. It's so important to drink your electrolytes, magnesium and potassium. That's going to ease your cravings. And staying hydrated. Sometimes, and we've heard this before, we're thirsty and we don't realize it. We think we're hungry, so we want to eat something, when all it is thirst. So that's something to be aware of. Now, I know we went over a lot of these in the past, but this one is basically on sugar. It's about sugar. And so what's helped me so far, and what could help you too, is another list I have of some things that you benefit from when you get off the sugar. No more cravings, no more mood swings, no more hunger pains. You're calm when you're around food. Your mind is clearer, no more brain fog. You feel stronger mentally. You trust yourself more. And these are things we talked about, building on your trust and being aware of, and you will. I'm starting to trust myself. Out there on that boat, I had my lunch, and I knew I had the food that I needed, and I didn't require anything or even go into a restaurant or anything, which I don't really do. But I think if I did go into a restaurant, I think I'd be able to control myself. So you feel lighter and less inflamed. You have less bloating and less digestive issues. Well, I think there's bugs or something, flies or mosquitoes. More energy and no crashes, like I said. No joint pain or reduced joint pain until you get a little more into it. It doesn't happen overnight. It's going to take time. Dental health improves tremendously. My teeth, my jaw feel strong. And it never used to feel like that. I used to have, and I probably still am diagnosed with periodontal disease, but my teeth and my gums are not red and bleeding like they used to be. And you do get more confidence because you're doing good. You're getting your exercise. You're standing tall. You believe you can do what you set out to do. You have all the confidence in the world. It gets better, folks. You start having goals and you start pursuing them. And that's basically what I was going to talk to you about on a walk. And I'm going to be leaving, going back down to town in a little bit. And if I do see that I can get out there and walk, I still would do that. But because I don't like to, I have to walk tomorrow no matter what the weather's like. I have to do my walk. So I'll have a video out for you tomorrow because it has to be done. And then on Thursday, I'm leaving for a camping trip. So there might be some days that you don't see me. And just know that I'm okay. I'm camping. We're supposed to camp Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and come back on Sunday. And I don't know if I'll have any a clear reception to use the phone. So if you don't hear from me, you know that's what it is. But if I can make a walking video or show you, around the campground or around the lake, I'll do that. and I'll get it out to you if I can. So, folks, I hope you all are doing all right. I love all your comments as usual, and I'm so happy for the newcomers. Just real fast for the newcomers, I'm hitting 68 in September, and I have diabetes. I started this journey on March 22nd. It was a month getting off the carbs, and I've been in ketosis for most of the time since then. Um, I have back issues. I have diverticulitis, and everything seems to be improving. I've lost 17 pounds, and everything does seem to be like it's getting better, but it is slow. But at least I know I'm going in the right direction, folks. I'm doing things slowly. I'm not losing real quick. In fact, I don't think I lost anything this week. So and last week when I lost those 2 pounds, I was thinking, folks, that might have had something to do with that diverticulitis flare that I had, because there was times that I had diarrhea during that, and I'm thinking those 2 pounds had something to do with being sick like that. So, but I don't think I lost anything. The scale didn't. Not much to brag about. Not even a pound. So I'm going real slow, and but I still feel like I'm heading in the right direction, and I'm still feeling so many improvements. Anyway, I'm gonna get back in the house because the mosquitoes are bothering me. You all have a great day, and I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.